Welcome to Golden Ogre's Metroid Beginner's Guide for the NES Part 3. In the last chapter we defeated Kraid and made our way back through Brinstar to the elevator to Norfair. This area is extremely long and it is loaded with power-ups, so take your time and let's get going. Now go and take the transporter because we have some planning to do. Now this area is huge, but it's not too bad overall. There's a ton of missile expansions, upgrades, and 3 health tanks available. If you manage to snag the one from Kraid's room, you'll only need one more. Keep in mind, even if you have the max tanks, you'll still get a full refill on health when you grab one of the 2 extras. Going left, you'll get 2 missile expansion packs. I'm gonna assume you want them, so let's make that journey. It's nothing too crazy here, just keep walking left until you find a missile pack and continue. Continue on and then blast the wall to continue left. Make your way to the door and fall down and take the door on the right. Just keep going right until you find the second missile pack and make the journey back. Going up the shaft to your left can be really annoying. Just freeze the enemies and jump your way up, or just climb up the blocks a bit to return. Now we're going to take the right door and continue to the next door. Once you're in the shaft, we're going to go up and snag a whole bunch of missile upgrades. Climb up and take the first left. Now when you see the enemy shooting out called a sweep, just stand there and use your ice beam. Now jump on and use your bomb to bounce up on the hidden path. I assume at this point in the game that you should always have at least 5 missiles, so I won't remind you. Go ahead and go through the red door. There's an ice beam again. If you get the wave beam later, you'll have to come back here or to the original area where we got the ice beam before taking on the final area. I usually skip the wave beam since the ice beam is just too good. Go underneath and bomb your way up to the secret path leading left. Freeze the round guys and take the door to the left. You'll want to find a way up by either freezing enemies or using the breakaway bricks. Both are a pain. Make it to the door and head to the right. Now bomb the wall and continue on. Now just gotta grab the 2 missile packs and head to the door on the right. Now we are in the right shaft. In this shaft, head to the right area and bomb your way down. Walk down to the left and use the platform to reach the door. Now go left and snag 3 missile packs. Once you're done, return to the shaft and drop down again. Once you're done, return to the shaft and keep dropping down. The first door you see on the left will take you back to the ice beam room. Just keep dropping until you can't go anymore. Now you see the door to the left. This area can be a pain, so do your best to freeze the chaotic enemies and continue on. The stack of blocks going up from the lava are too high, so shoot them down for clearance. When you see the wall, use bombs to find a path to the left. On the other side, you have to freeze the enemy so you can reach the top. Just take your time. Just on the other side, you'll find 2 more missile packs. Now just make your way back to the shaft on the right. As usual, bomb the right side of the floor to reveal another hidden path down. Once you're through, take the first door on your left. The dragons that shoot out can be a real pain. Do your best to jump past them and open the red door with your missiles. Alright, shoot the statue and get the high jump ability. With increased height, you'll get past some areas you normally couldn't do without some sort of trickery. Bomb low and take the hidden path to the left. You'll have high walls to jump over, but now you shouldn't have too much trouble. This area is a pain. I tend to have luck doing the non-spinning jump by not touching a direction and hitting A first. If you get hit with a fireball, there's a good chance you'll drop back down and you'll have to do it all over again. Take the door, walk the hallway, and exit. Keep going left until you get to the next door. When you exit, head up and shoot. Now you can jump up through the ceiling. Now go left and unlock the door and get one of the most powerful power-ups in the game, the screw attack. Now when you spin, you can actually kill enemies. Exit back to the right, bomb your way down back to where you just started. The next thing we can do is grab another energy tank. If you mess up, it's a long way down, and since we have 2 more to get, it's up to you if you want to go for it now. First, let's drop 1 more floor down. If we don't want to get the tank now, you can skip it and go left. I'll go right so you can see how to get it. Nothing special really, just stay out of the lava and keep going right. When you get to the wall, blast through and roll to the other side. Keep in mind on the way back you'll want to reach that top platform and bomb up 1 space to go left on your return. Jumping should destroy whatever's in your way, so just keep going. When you reach the door and pass through, bomb the block just next to the door and drop down. When you fall through, just go all the way to the right. Now take the left door, continue, and you'll see the gray barrier. All you gotta do is bomb it and pass through and snag that energy tank. With high jump and screw attack, it's easy to overshoot your jump due to the momentum. You can avoid that by jumping first and hitting the direction like we did before. Now we can backtrack the same way and find our way back where we dropped through. Now you're going to continue left until you see a door. After the door, you'll find another false lava pit that actually takes you down. Now we have 3 missile expansions to get, and there's the wave beam. It's up to you if you want to get the wave beam, but like I said before, you'll have to get the ice beam again after we finish this dungeon, so it's not really worth it in my opinion, but it's up to you. Now back where we dropped down, we'll continue to the right. There's a pair of towers that are virtually impossible to get out of, even with the high jump. Take your time and don't get knocked into it. Past the next door, you can blast the first block on the left and drop down. This will take us to the wave beam if you wish. Nothing special here. Grab it and leave. The wave beam blasts through walls and doesn't stop if you hit enemies. It's super useful except the final dungeon. Return back to the drop down area and keep in mind I have the ice beam. Now just go through the door. Blast the bricks to stay high up and blast the wall to pass through. On the other side, you'll find another set of walls. Just like before, you gotta be careful in this area. The missile pack is just beyond it. Now that we got that missile pack, we're ready to continue on. We're going to be heading deeper into Norfair to find Ridley's lair. Unfortunately, we'll have to backtrack big time to get there. You can either head back around and find your way back to where we got the high jump boots, and then you can fall down the long shaft to the right, or you can soft reset on the second controller to restock your health a bit and head back down that same shaft. It's up to you. Either way, it's very time consuming. If you're almost dead already, I almost recommend dying and starting from the beginning. If you're fully stocked, it might be worth a trip back. I'm going to choose death. Alright. Now keep in mind, my impatience will put me at a huge disadvantage, as you will see soon. From the start, just take the right door and make your way until you reach the far right shaft. Drop down and set a bomb near the corner. If you have the wave beam, the next door to the left has the ice beam. There's a good chance you may not want to crawl your way back out of a dungeon, so I recommend switching now. Continue dropping a good ways down and you'll find the bottom and the doors to the left. This area can be tough without health. You just gotta make it to the left. After the door, drop down and take the door to the right. You'll find the entrance to Ridley's hideout. Ridley's hideout only has 3 missile expansions left, and there's 2 energy tanks to grab, if you need them. Depending on how many you have, you may not need them at all, especially if you plan on soft resetting to exit. We'll go left first. Once you enter the second hallway, stop and shoot up. You can use the door to prop you up so you can jump above the returning blocks. Head left and go through the door. If you're hurting, this is a good way to fill up your energy if you're careful enough. The missile pack is all the way to the left. Snag it and drop back down to the hallway again. In order to progress in this room, walk exactly between the first set of pillars and bomb down. Follow that to the left and you'll see why you need to do this. Take the door to the left and you'll see an energy tank. Be careful, it's a trap. There's a good chance you won't make this on your first try, but this is what you gotta do. Walk to the 7th block. The gap is only 2 blocks, so you can make a regular jump across to get the tank. Now if you soft reset like I did, this is great for refilling. If you are full health, I guess this isn't needed. If that's the case, you could just fall down and not worry about it. If you want to try again, just take the left and climb up. If you happen to fall down the shaft in the process, we're going to have to do some serious backtracking. You'll be able to snag the other missile pack at the bottom, but you'll have to go all the way back to the beginning to get back to this current area. Now we're going to head to the right. Keep spinning through enemies until you reach the door. Now you only have 1 shot to do this. It's similar to the jump you made to get, or not get, the previous life tank. You'll need to jump at the very edge of the ledge to make this gap. Doing so will lead you through the room with a missile tank expansion. If you fail, you'll have to circle back all the way around and try again. In my opinion, if you miss this, it's totally fine. You don't need every missile pack to beat the game. Matter of fact, you don't even need more than 100, but you're going to end up with that after you beat the bosses anyway. But I still like to get everything. Usually your first playthrough you run out near the end, so that's why I recommend getting all of it, even if it's such a pain. Now free fall to the bottom. Going to the left is Ridley. Going to the right is how you leave, but we're going to grab the last missile upgrade and return to the room. Take the door to the right and follow the long obstacle course, doing whatever you can to freeze or kill the enemies. They're annoying but give good health in return. The narrow hallway is very annoying as well. I usually just kamikaze through or just use some missiles to get through. Take the door and you'll find a shaft. Drop down and go left. Another super long repetitive hallway, but keep going, eventually you'll find a missile pack. If you went left from the area where you grabbed the life tank and ended up falling down instead of going up, this is the tunnel you'll end up in from the left side. After you snag the missile, just go right and return back to the area where I told you left was Ridley's room. Now this is probably the easiest enemy in the game. Walk in and get underneath the fireballs. You can freeze the things that he throws to make it a little bit easier if you need to. But once you're underneath, they won't usually hit you, but you can freeze them in place by shooting up also. Now you can just walk right next to Ridley and blast them with missiles. If you want to get the last energy tank, you're going to need at least 5 missiles to get past the door to the left. If you're maxed out with 6 tanks and you plan on soft resetting out of here, then there's no need to get it unless you just feel like collecting it for fun. Ridley will die quick and that's that. Roll past the gap and open up the door if you want to get the health pack. The next area has lava, but both ends are solid, so you can use that to grab the tank and return to the door. Now it's just getting out. Soft reset if you want. Keep in mind you'll have to take the elevator out of Ridley's hideout and soft reset again to get back to Brinstar. Otherwise, leave and keep going right and you'll get to the shaft. Once there, just keep going up, then at the final door, take it and head left. Once you're through the next door, just climb up to the exit. Now exit Norfair. Go left, up to the right, follow the path to the right until you get to the shaft and keep climbing until you reach the top. If you remember from before, you bombed your way through the ceiling, so shoot up and break through. Take the second door on your left and continue. Now just take the next door and go up to the exit that takes you back to Brinstar. Congrats, now you're ready to prepare for the final area. Once we take the elevator, we'll be back in Brinstar, and with all the energy tanks and missiles collected, we can head to the final area and finish off the game. The previous area was extremely long, but the final area will be short but challenging. Make sure you're subscribed, leave a comment, and hit the like button to let me know you're enjoying this series so far, and I'll see you in the next chapter.